And well, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is in India along with his family, and their first stop this morning was the Taj Mahal in Agra, and now they're headed on their way to Mathura, where he has a special program by an NGO. And the 7-day Indian state visit is a mix of business meetings, roundtables on education, women's and human rights. The first stop on his visit was being Agra, and through the week he also would be visiting the Golden Temple, Akshardham Temple in Gujarat, and also will have several meetings with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And in Mumbai he plans to hold a business conclave also. And it's not just trade and business bilateral relations, but also people-to-people relations that the Canadian Prime Minister is looking to take forward. And let's go across to my colleague Snigdha, who is in Agra. So, Snigdha, as you also said that his family quite has charmed everyone in India, and as we know, the Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is very, very popular with the Indians. So the first stop was Agra, and now they're on their way to Mathura.
That's right, Pooja. Yes, he is indeed very popular. But yesterday when he landed with his family at Delhi's Palam Airport, his youngest son sort of stole his thunder. But today his engagements began. He has just spent an hour with his family and some of the other Canadian ministers who are accompanying him at the Taj Mahal. In fact, they have just driven out. Their convoy has just left the left the Taj Mahal, and they are now going to a wildlife sanctuary in Mathura, where he has an engagement with a non-government organization, and he later then flies back to Delhi. But for the next 7 days, it is a busy, hectic day. But he's really trying to balance it out with business, trade, as well as keeping cultural ties between India and Canada at the same page. He is going to be visiting the Golden Temple in Amritsar. He's also going to Ahmedabad to visit the Akshardham Temple there. Remember, Ahmedabad is also the hometown for Prime Minister Modi. He also has a lot of engagements with business CEOs. With about 1.4 million Indians living in Canada, India and Canada's trade currently in 2017 stands at $8 billion. At an annual rate, which is really, if you come to think of the amount of population of Indians that live there, isn't a lot. So that is one thing, an idealing bilateral trade relationship that Trudeau is going to kickstart. But he's also, going to be walking on some thin ice with two major issues. One of them being that a lot of the ministers on his cabinet have been criticized for pro-Khalistani sentiments. That is one of the, the worries of the Trudeau visit, that he will have to walk on thin ice. Another one being that, remember, what is interesting is yesterday at the airport, Justin Trudeau was welcomed by the Minister of State of Agriculture. Now, what they will be aiming to do is that very recently, between November and February, there has been an increase in import prices for pulses. And that has left a lot of Canadian farmers and the agricultural sector in distress. That is something that Trudeau is going to be hoping that, he tries and sorts out during his 1-week visit to India.